Question 934. On June 1st, Saul calls David and offers to buy his used Honda Civic for $15,000. Saul promises to keep the offer open for 2 weeks and, in return, David promises to pay Saul a dime to keep the offer open. On June 6th, Saul calls David and tells him that he is withdrawing the offer because he no longer wants to buy the Civic. On June 8th, David calls Saul and accepts Saul's offer to buy the Civic for $15,000. Saul refuses to buy the car. David sues Saul for breach of contract, arguing that his acceptance of the terms of Saul's offer created a binding agreement between them. David will probably A. Win, because the offer was still valid when David accepted it. B. Lose, because David did not accept the offer until after Saul had withdrawn it. C. Lose, because $15,000 does not match Car Buying Guide's assessment of the Civic's value. D. Win, because Saul's withdrawal of his offer needed to be in writing to be effective. Correct answer is A. Win, because the offer was still valid when David accepted it. This scenario hinges on the concept of an option contract. Saul offers to buy David's Civic for $15,000. Crucially, Saul promises to keep the offer open for 2 weeks, and in return, David promises to pay Saul a dime to keep the offer open. This promise of consideration, the dime, for the promise to keep the offer open creates a valid option contract. Once an option contract is formed with valid consideration, the underlying offer becomes irrevocable for the specified period. The offerer, Saul, cannot withdraw it. When Saul calls David on June 6 to withdraw the offer, this withdrawal is ineffective because the offer was made irrevocable by the option contract. When David calls Saul on June 8 and accepts the offer was still legally open and binding due to the option contract. Therefore, David's acceptance formed a valid and enforceable contract. David will probably win because the offer was still valid, irrevocable, when David accepted it.